My name is Jennifer Pippen, and I'm the chairman for Moms for Liberty, Indian River, Florida. Almost 2 years we've been working on getting pornography and sexually explicit content out of the schools here in Indian River County. We've made plenty of local news and even national news on these issues. We've served on local and state committees as well, and having a huge hand in making legislation changes to make books, like you heard tonight, permanently removed from the hands of unaccompanied minor children in school libraries and classrooms across Florida. Schools should not be providing sexually explicit content to students. Parents who think their child should be exposed can provide books to them. They are readily available at public libraries for free, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and more. We've been vilified for taking a stand to protect children. We have been called anti-LGBTQ, anti-African American, anti-Jewish, anti-everything under the sun to protect children from the material you heard tonight. We reject these false narratives. Shame on the adults in this room who voted to put many of these books back on the shelves for children in February of 2022, and every single one of these books tonight have been formally challenged. Because the board neglected to do the right thing, parents, grandparents, and taxpayers had to act bravely. They were forced to read these horrible passages aloud at the podium. It's important that the record reflects who voted to keep these sexually explicit books on school library shelves. Mr. Barefoot, Mrs. Berenborg, and you, Mrs. Jones, voted in favor of sexual content for minors. We will remember this at the ballot box next year. Our chapter empowers parents and citizens to hold elected members accountable. Because of the negligence of these board members, our members had no choice but to work at the state level to correct the negligence of duty. I proudly volunteered my time to serve on the committee for this state to accomplish what could have been resolved here at the local level with common sense for legitimate concerns. After almost 2 years, it's my honor and privilege to announce that pursuant to House Bill 1069 Education Bill with an effective date of July 1st, 2023, line 313 states, parents shall have the right to read passages from any material that is subject to an objection. If a school board denies a parent the right to read the passages due to the content, the school district shall discontinue the material. Thank you to all the brave parents, grandparents, and community members who showed up tonight and read from these disgusting illegal books to be sure they never land in the children's hand again here in Indian River County Schools. Thank you for not giving up the past few years and bringing positive change for children. You are the real heroes and champions for parental rights, children, and families. We are excited about the progress we've made, but we have much more work to do. We at Moms for Liberty are just getting started. Do the right thing.
Thank you very much.
We're just getting started. Do the right thing.
Thank you very much. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir. Yes.
I think based on the discussions we've had today, I think it's very clear that these books have sexually explicit material in them. I think the best thing to do is to make a motion to remove any of these books that were brought up as potentially a contested book, and just have the board remove them.
All right.
Second.
Okay, so we're adding an action item that was not on the agenda. All right. All in favor, say aye.
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 Anyone opposed?
Down in two different categories. There were previously challenged books that were challenged, and I believe the conclusion of that was February of 2022. So an update on that specific list is 49 of those books were actually weeded prior to the board meeting on the our last board meeting. 14 were removed and ultimately removed as of result of last week. And there are 68 that I have also put under review, and if there is sexual content, those books would ultimately be removed. And there is remaining 14 that do not involve a complaint regarding sexual content, so we'll deal with those if a review or a appeal for those books comes back up. And then number 3 that were ultimately removed by the individual who submitted the initial petition. There are also books that were yet to be challenged, and I met with the individual who submitted these books, and we agreed that we would consider these books challenged moving forward. And of those books, 4 had already been reviewed, 10 had already been weeded. There were 21 that were read at the meeting, the last business meeting. They have been removed. Those books have been reviewed for sexual content, have ultimately been removed. And then there's 60 that we're looking into for sexual content, and then we'll ultimately remove if there is in fact sexual content. So what this does, in essence, brings us to a space where if we were aware of a book that had sexual content in it, whether it was from a previous challenge or a recently new submitted challenge, the district has either removed or in the process of reviewing
We're just getting started. Do the right thing.
Thank you very much.
We're just getting started. Do the right thing.
Thank you very much.
We're just getting started. Do the right thing.
Thank you very much.